Hello, it's Foon from HustleCastle.Site. Long time no see. This video is going to be a lot of updates on various things. I'll add timestamp links in the video descriptions to the various topics. So first off, if you are an Apple iOS user and you've been taking a break from the game, so you haven't heard, HustleCastle is back, fully back, in the App Store. It came back last weekend, just without the ability to make purchases, and like a day or so later that returned too. So fully back to normal now. I confess I was a bit unmotivated while that was playing out. I think everyone who plays the game at this level, I assume that includes you guys if you're watching videos about Hustle Castle, knows that this isn't really the best way to spend our time. So seeing that it might all just go away, I wasn't too eager to spend extra time making videos or work on other tools and documentation. But now, just like the App Store, I am back to normal. Before I close up the Apple topic, I will say, I think if you invested a lot of time and money in this game, I would take the effort to save your game progress in both your respective app stores as well as Facebook. I actually made a Foon Facebook just for this. I don't really use it, but it exists. If you want to friend me there, I'll put a link in the description of this video. I guess I could use it to post when I create or update content. So moving on to the next topic, a lot of leaks came out while I've been away. There are a few things coming up. First is Titans. This is going to be a new room in the castle, so save some red resource chests to be ready for that, and it's going to have something to do with Clan Wars. If you are really curious, there are leaks out. Once the feature is actually released, I'll be working on a written guide for HustleCastle.Site right away. And then once it looks like everything important is known and understood, I'll make a video after. My guess is that this will be released along the next event. So since I'll be grinding the event, expect a written guide immediately that improves and expands over the first days, and then a video after the event finishes. Speaking of the next event, going back for a long time, we've had an event every month that starts in the teens of that month. Since we're already past that window, I would think that there just won't be an October event, and we'll see the next one close to the 10th of November. But who knows? They could announce an event tomorrow. I don't have inside info on that. The last event was the Big Little Hustle in September. That was a Rune event. Normally the pattern is Rune event, then mole-opoly, then hammer event. But these are not rules set in stone, and who knows what ripple effects the Apple situation will have on the event schedule. But we have leaks from both the mole-opoly and hammer events. The mole-opoly event will be playing card themed. I have all the leaked unique items and images on the news section of HustleCastle.Site, and the hammer event will be the Arab treasure hunt. I have descriptions but not images for those. These are both from the HC Guides page on VK. I've run their info through Google Translate and then proofread and cleaned up the text as best as I think anyone can. I want to be really clear on the source of that info, and that all I'm providing is translating and hosting in what I hope is an easy to link and share place. Again, these are both in the news section of HustleCastle.Site, and I'll put a link in the video description. If you want me to make a video reading them out loud and giving my 2-cent opinion on the items, please leave a comment saying so. I'll make it a priority if there's interest. While you're leaving a comment, include your game ID and that will enter you in my weekly diamond giveaway. Go ahead and subscribe too while you're at it. I'm closing in on the required 1,000 subscribers I need to apply to the YouTuber partner program and achieving my dream of making back the $20-ish I spend monthly on the game. What else? Dent Wessam posted this image for a special offer that looks like there might be a chance coming up to buy some past donkey artifacts with real money. Certainly an interesting idea. I'll be curious to see what that is when it comes. And speaking of the donkey, there have also been leaks for the next Donkey and Royal Challenge new unique items for next month. There was a post on October 13th on the aforementioned VK page, and I've also seen them on Hustle Prime. I've not had a chance to clean those up and make a news post, but if you're really curious, you can probably figure out how to do that, or if you really want, just ask and I'll just do it. Okay, I think that's all the leaks. Now meta. I'm always getting requests to talk more about the current meta, but it's so hard because it's been changing so fast for a while now. It takes me like a week to plan out and find time to record, edit, and upload a video and add subtitles for non-English speakers. Longer if it's something where I'm giving advice on where I think you, my viewers, should be investing your game resources. I take that trust seriously. For example, I spent like a month on the reroll video. And right now, what typically happens is people who are better at the game than me, like my game mentor Nelly, see a pattern and we think, let's keep an eye on that. Then at some point, it potentially gets to a place where I feel, yes, this is something good. But then it becomes old news or even outdated so fast. For example, if I made a video about the best gear for your Dragonborn 2 weeks ago, something that felt pretty established, it would be outdated now. Let me give an example as well as talk a bit about what I think the current buzz is at the moment. The newest trend we're just starting to see right now is squads with just Lego on the front line or even no tank and an Octo. Yes, it looks like the Age of Mages might be having a comeback. This is still in that early phase where it feels like it could be the next thing, but it's not clear yet if it'll just be a passing novelty setup. It's easy for me to see why this could work. There are several really good mage weapons that I wish I had room for in my squad. Having 2 cultists is very strong, and Snake Charmer is becoming must-have too. And of course, Alien Scepter is still meta. Incini never left meta with that res block. So it's just a lot of mages we want room for, so this trend makes a lot of sense to me. But it wasn't that long ago that Crab Armor EOL, as the main tank, or tanky tank if you will, was considered must-have for every squad. His job was to stay alive and trigger the Dragon's Eye artifact with Rune of Transformation on it. But then we all invested so much in our Dragonborn tanks. That's a Dragonborn weapon and jewelry with the tank armor of your choice. Now Dragonborn has become the last standing fighter, and it became a bit less clear the purpose of EOL. Now, I'm not good at watching battles and seeing what's triggering when, but I started hearing from those that are good at that they think something is broken with EOL and it's just not triggering. And in fact, now it's been hosted on Hustle Prime that EOL did in fact get broken in some recent update. This was reported by Archon or Archon, and then again by Dent Wessam with good documentation proving it. So here we have this reasonably hot new info about a change in meta, but I have no advice for you. EOL could get fixed, or not. This one tank trend could become the next meta, or be a passing trend. I don't know and can't predict. Okay, that's all I have to say about meta changes. Hopefully you're still watching. Moving on, I have updated my spreadsheet for tracking rerolls. Sorry for the delay for those that are already working on pistol sets. If you're not already using this, I really recommend it as a way to track your Ancient Set Rerolls and have that info available in a way that makes it easier to choose what to work on next. This sheet is pretty popular. I see people sharing screenshots of their own copies all the time. So if you're already using it, there is a new update. Link in the description of the video. The instructions for updating are in the document itself. Basically, the easiest thing is to first make your own personal copy of the new version of the template. The link is the template. You have to make your own copy. I literally get requests to edit the original template of this or of my arena bracket calculator flooding my inbox. Then you copy and paste your role info one whole sheet at a time from your old version into your new version. And doing it that way, it keeps the front page with the overview info still working. And it's not really so bad, just one copy and paste for each set you work on. If you are just starting with rerolls, good news for you that you don't need to migrate to the new version of the sheet. Just make a copy of the template and start fresh. I also recommend you watch my video on rerolls. There is so much misinformation on rerolls. I spent an obscene amount of hours researching this and verifying every detail and even talking to people who were really sure it worked a different way. Those people always turned out to just not know how the math of percentages work. This video was written to be the definitive guide on everything rerolls, and I think it hit the mark on that, if I can say so myself. Okay, what's next? Runes. I've also started a new project to make a new rune info sheet. The ones we have are outdated both in terms of not including new runes and not including pistols. I called out for volunteers during my pistol overview video, and Tiff from Knucklehead's clan immediately volunteered for what I thought was going to be the most annoying part, getting all the icons as images. And she also made the first of the 2 documents that I think need to exist. First is this one, a quick reference of the rune images and their names. This is what we need when we're talking about runes. There are 39 runes now, and their names are all very similar and not all that meaningful. We can get away with the one that looks like a bullseye or like a magic wand for some of them, but not all of them. The second document we need is a place to see all the effects. This is what we need when we're working on and thinking about our own runes. So I've started this monstrosity. We have so many runes now that IMO, it's grown beyond what an infographic can communicate well. I wanted to make a spreadsheet that, well, first of all, that can be maintained and updated easily since we get new runes every few months. But also I wanted to be able to sort and filter, use it more like a database. The computer scientist in me cringes a bit using the word database for a single table, but the amateur marketer and content creator really likes that name, so I think I'm going to roll with it. I filled in the bones of the document, Tiff's icons, names, the event info, the gear it fits, and everything we need except the effects themselves. Now we just need to screenshot the rune effects, OCR them, and copy and paste to fill it in, which is pretty easy to do on phones these days. The most annoying part will be checking the line breaks and checking for typos. But mostly it's just that there are so many runes, each with multiple abilities, that I'd really like some help if anyone's willing. So I'm still looking for help on this project. Please message me on Discord if you would like to volunteer. I am Foon7506. Before I go, don't forget to leave a comment on this or any of my videos to enter my weekly diamond giveaway. Every week I give away 5 bundles of 250 diamonds, sponsored by the official Hustle Castle community. That's every week, even if I don't make a new video. So that's all. A lot has happened in the past weeks. I just wanted to give an update video like this. Also, I've been working on HustleCastle.Site stuff even while I've been away from YouTube, and I wanted to sort of announce that those things are available. Oh, and I've just learned how to make end screens. So if you are viewing this on a computer, there should be some links on the screen right now. If I've done it right, there should be a button to subscribe. Please do if you haven't already. And a recommended video or two. The reroll video I mentioned earlier should be floating somewhere. Check that out if you haven't already. And I'll see you all around in game or back here. Ciao!